Hi, I'm really pleased that we have a very special guest visiting us today, Ajit Sivadasan, President and Head of the Global E-commerce business at Lenovo. Welcome Ajit, it's great to have you here. We've had the privilege of working with Ajit as a partner to him for almost 12 years now, and really happy to be having this conversation with him.
Nice to meet you in Bombay. Typically we meet in Raleigh or some other place outside of India. So good to see you in your domain.
Ajit, let's get your point of view on certain things. Now, you've driven so many data and AI initiatives across your business. Can you give us some tips and insights on how you scaled these data and AI initiatives from pilots to scale?
So like everybody else, the whole space is still kind of forming. We don't have a verdict yet. So we started most of the AI projects roughly 2-3 years ago. And they are all in varying stages of maturity, if you can say that. But at least from our standpoint, we have increased the spend on AI-related projects substantially in the last couple of years. So we primarily have looked at 2 or 3 areas. One is marketing efficiency. It's really about trying to figure out how do we make our content better, how do we orchestrate creatives better, how do we test efficacy around that. The other area that we are really interested in and obviously has a pretty big impact on us is really about conversational AI. And I think finally we are at a point where we are able to get conversational AI coupled with a knowledge base and drive a conversation with our customers in a more meaningful way. So we've been going through this pilot. We have done few countries in the last 6 months and it's been promising. So that's 2 areas that we have kind of tried and scaled, and I think that we are going to continue to invest in the conversational AI at scale in the future.
And how do you use partnerships along the way to drive success in this? What kind of partners and then what kind of relationships do you build with them? How do you work with them? How do you identify them? Can you share some insights on that?
Well, obviously, we have been partnering with you for a long time. And, in your case, we've been working on many things. We talked about pricing as an example, is an area where we feel there is a significant opportunity to try and figure out how to leverage dynamic pricing as a vector. How do we take information from knowledge base, and especially on the areas that we have worked with you on, which is really supply chain and other data. You already have a pretty good understanding of the data that we use. So how do we leverage that in making decisions, whether that is about product assortment or pricing or any of those things. But look, what is becoming very clear is that every company that we work with, doesn't matter who, Adobe as an example is a partner of ours, and everything that they provide us has a AI element to it. So every partner in the ecosystem has a offering that is AI first now. Search is a good example. So they bring in the latest of technologies in terms of how we should be deploying search technology on the website. The days of kind of people saying, well, we have this AI project is gone. Every product, every interface, every partner that we work with has some element of AI that they bring to bear. And you're obviously leading the pack with the work that you're doing on agentic AI. You're trying to do a lot of things where you're bringing in information that most people have been probably thinking about, but you're already in practice using it. So I think the answer is simple. I think everybody's using it, and we are trying to figure out how best to leverage expertise of our partners to come to bear on our solutions, because we cannot invest in every aspect of it because it gets prohibitively expensive, plus we're not the experts. So we try and rely on our partner ecosystem to say, whatever AI innovation that you are actually bringing to bear, just make sure that we are part of that conversation and journey.
No, that's great insight. So firstly, thank you for your kind words and for your trust and support all these years. You guys have always pushed the envelope and helped us also move ahead and learn and develop and innovate. So that's been great. And the idea of using partners for innovation, I think, is so spot on. Because partners can bring so much from what they've seen at various places, but you all really have the domain and context because you all know your business and what will work there best. So on that front, on the AI front, and you talked about agentic and some of the other new things, we are now just entering 2026. What are you most interested in or excited about deploying in your business new from an AI or technology standpoint where you think you can really drive impact?
I mean, I think it's going to be more of what we have done in the past. I mean, there isn't like some new revelation that's coming. I think it's trying to get things to maturity, trying to get it to scale. So we've been experimenting various things. There are a lot of inherent challenges, as you probably know, legal issues, domain issues, geographic issues in terms of deploying certain things at scale. And we're being very cautious in terms of how we are trying to deploy these things. I think you're going to start seeing 2026 and beyond to be a lot more people getting comfortable with the notion that they can go deploy agentic AI in the workflow or potentially leverage a conversational AI on the website and feel like they can actually go drive that to scale, leverage pricing models and be able to go let it run as opposed to being worried about what the outcome might be or output might be. So I think this year might be the year people get a little bit more confidence in terms of how to deploy the products that they have been kind of toying around with. So that's what I'm kind of looking forward to. But clearly, I think the overarching theme is around efficiency, is to try and see, hey, what does this actually mean in terms of driving outcomes and how do we drive cost down? So I think those are two things I think everybody's kind of thinking about.
Great, Ajit. Great. Thank you so much. This has been phenomenal. So some great insights to end the year and to start the new year as we all think about moving forward in our innovation and technology agendas. Thank you, Ajit.
Thank you, Ashwin. Appreciate it.